Hey everyone, welcome to Shop Life. Why are you looking at me?
Because I'm letting you do the intro. I always do it. Your turn. Go.
Alright.
Let's all judge. Who does it better? Let's go.
Alright. Hey everyone, welcome back to Shop Life. Make sure you subscribe to be part of the Shop Life family.
Okay.
No, I have to continue.
Yes, oh yeah. What are we doing?
This is a, we're working on this car. It's a 01?
No.
02?
No.
1999?
No.
2000?
No.
Then what?
2003.
Really?
Yes.
But it's pre-facelift.
No, it's not. It's facelift.
Oh. So we're fixing something with the transmission thing.
The shift rod seal.
Yeah, we're fixing the shift rod seal. Rod.
So, yes. So the shift rod seal is leaking. We did a transmission fluid filter and all that on here before. Soon after that, the shift rod seal started leaking. Unfortunately, the owner of the car, he goes back and forth from San Diego and here, and I didn't have enough time to get it in, so he took it somewhere else to get the shift rod seal replaced. And after they replaced it, it's still leaking, probably even a little bit more now. So he's been dealing with it for a couple months. We're finally going to take care of it. This is a very common problem, especially on the GM transmissions. So the GM transmissions were usually found in all the ZHPs, automatic, and also like the newer 325, 2003 and newer, and also some other, E46s. It's kind of really hard to figure out, but the ZFs were used mainly on 330s and a little bit newer, even on the 320. You guys get the idea. Let's just get to it. Let's show them how bad it is first. Let me grab my flashlight. All right, so I already started taking off the actual shift linkage right here. I just tucked it up there for right now. But you can see I already wiped all this down, but this is the shift rod seal right here. So yeah, you can see how the fluid's starting to build up around this nut. Hopefully they didn't damage the shaft right here or the actual internal part where the shift rod seal sits, because that's just gonna make it leak again more. But we'll find out once I take it off. And we might end up putting some RTV or something on it, which I usually don't like to do, but just in case if there is some kind of scratch or imperfection that we can't see, hopefully the RTV helps it seal. But yeah. Let's pull it off. So they do make a special tool for this. Only thing with the special tool is it's really hard to get it in there. And usually what happens is
that it's not special.
I mean, even BMW has their own version. So GM has a version. The GM version does not fit because there's not enough space right here. The BMW version's pretty much just cut in half. But a lot of people have issues with that. I've used it before and it doesn't really work that well. You're gonna end up spending a lot of time fighting it. So usually the easiest way is to use a very skinny screwdriver and just pick it off. Unless you already have the transmission out or the drive shaft exhaust is all unhooked and you can just tilt it back, then you could probably use that tool and get it in there pretty good. But this one has been replaced before, so chances are it should be pretty easy to come out. Unless they butchered it.
How long is this gonna take?
Pull us out.
My hands.
Your hands? You holding the camera, I'm over here having to do some work.
I'm trying to keep it steady because it's zoomed in.
And I'm trying to not strip the nut.
Okay. You win, okay?
Thank you. Feels good to win.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. Too bad you never win, huh?
I always win.
Who said? This thing's stuck on here. Bam. All right, now let's get the seal out. Oh, dang, he really butchered it. I'm trying to see, bro.
I'm trying to show him. Oh. Hold up, lower it a little bit. Yeah, they can see it now.
All right. Let's pull it out. Hold the light from up here so I can actually see. Don't worry about the camera. This is more important right now.
He's saying you guys are not important.
Well, I don't want to screw this up.
I'm just kidding. So this is what he's trying to pull out. This is the replacement one. And it's still pretty hard to take out.
All right, so we finally got it out. Now I'm just carefully cleaning all the marks all around here. These don't really matter, but I'm just gonna clean them up anyways. But inside there were quite a few score marks on the outside. So of pretty much the outside of, not the actual shaft itself, but on the outside of it. So what I did was I just wrapped around some sandpaper on like a socket, and I just cleaned up like with, you know, just twisted the socket. That way it would just clean up any burrs. I am gonna put the RTB on the outside of the shift rod seal, and then just go from there. But I also think the seal that came out of there is longer than the one that we have as the replacement. So I'm about to double check the part number, just make sure everything is right before I install that one, because I don't want to do the job again. Worst case scenario, if it's not, we'll have the right one here in the morning. We'll find out.
So this is the old one, and then once again, not that one, this one. Once again, here's the new one. As you can see, this one is not as wide as this one here. So he's gonna double check the part numbers and stuff.
Well, that was a fail. So it turns out that that shifter rod bushing seal, whatever it is the wrong one. I believe that's for a manual transmission, the actual shifter rod, for, like, you know, on the very top where the shift lever goes. So I ordered the right one. It'll be here first thing in the morning. It's like 3 a.m. right now. I also am probably gonna end up putting another like Viton O-ring on the outside of the seal, because I mean that seal, it did, I mean, yeah, there were a few scuff marks on the outside of the whole seal where it sits, but not on the shaft itself. So chances are, I mean, it's really hard to get these seals to sit perfect, even if you have, like, you know, even with the transmission out, a lot of people try to get them on, they just never sit right once you pull it off the first time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that new seal in. It's made by AC Delco, and I'm going to put a Viton O-ring on top of the seal and then a crush washer. That way the Viton O-ring should separate, and it should help seal everything a little bit better. At least that's the theory. But I mean, chances are even the new seal might solve the leak. But we're gonna try and eliminate it all in all, because the guy is actually gonna end up going back to San Diego, and we don't want it to be leaking while he's there. So I'll install everything, and then I'll just monitor it while it's on the lift, let it run for a little bit. It should start leaking pretty soon thereafter. But yeah, I think we're just gonna call it a night, pull some cars in because the parking lot's filled up, and come back in the morning.
Ready to go home? Yeah?
You're always ready to go home.
Yep. He wants to go outside so bad. Watch, I'll just say go. All right, you go. He's acting up for the camera. All right, you can go. Go.
Bruh.
Told you. Yep, quality content right here, guys. Alright, see you guys in the morning. We're back, and guess who didn't vlog in the morning? I went to a dentist appointment and was there for most of the morning. Yeah. So he didn't.
And I mean, actually, I ended up putting the new seal on as soon as the part came in the morning, and I pulled the car off because I had other cars I had to work on during the day, and I put this back on just like a couple hours ago before we went out for dinner and stuff. So there were a couple of things. So I didn't realize that when I had taken off the nut off the shaft, they had used an oblong nut. I think that's how you say it, oblong or whatever. So it's like a lock nut, but it's a little bit different. And when that was used, they ended up stripping some of the threads on the shaft itself. I didn't see that. I thought they did it right. But that's what happened. So when I went to put the new seal on, I noticed it as soon as I started trying to tighten it down, it wouldn't tighten all the way. But I put the new seal in, and because of that, you know, the score marks and everything, I ended up putting also a Viton seal on the outside of the new seal, and I put a crush washer to keep everything pressed in. And that's just to make it more future-proof. And so far, like, I mean, it's been sitting here for a few hours, and I hadn't even turned it on. No leaks at all. The white stuff that you see on there is just some white lithium grease that I sprayed, just so, like, you know, when you're shifting it from park, everything is nice and smooth. And you can see I put a proper nut on there with the washer. The threads that are up in the front were still okay. So I was able to, you know, still get nice and tight. That way it doesn't back out. But yeah, we good. Hopefully this lasts a long time. But if it doesn't, then we're gonna have to do other things like pull the transmission down, change that shaft out, and yeah, a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, let me go ahead and pull this out. I already topped up the transmission fluid earlier when I had brought it back on the lift. Everything is good to go. Bam, look at this kid. What you doing, you city boy?
Sit. That's a good boy.
You don't tell me what to do.
Oh.
That's right.
High
That's
five.
my rebel right there.
High five. Good. Sit. Paw. He doesn't like this one. Paw.
No, he doesn't like it because you don't got nothing to give him.
Nope. Oh, okay. No. Okay. You're such a good boy. High five. Good.
No beamer when I pull in the sun. Change on me just like Polo the Don. Don't be fronting, girl, you know I'm the one. Number 2 is not an option and they know they can't stop me. Take off, I can't take no breaks off. I've been working